good. But you can't meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
It's got no meow. It does not have a meow.
Thanks the maker.
I'm not saying you can't meow.
It does not meow.
It doesn't
well.
meow like the other one
It does not meow like the other one.
Thank God.
That said, do you know how many comments we got on the last one being good?
0.
Right. You know how many got on this one so far?
1.
2.
2.
Oh, it's so much better than the old one.
That's 200%.
Who are those
I
people?
thought the old one fit the whole concept.
I liked it.
I like the old one.
It got the vibe going.
Yeah, it did. This just gives this dark metal feel to it, which I also love.
It's a little more brutal.
It is.
I like it.
Have you listened to the show recently? Oh, by the way, there's people here today. It's Tony.
We haven't even started the show number yet.
Tony's here.
Oh yeah, it's show number 261. Why don't you just run the show then? Because I do a lousy
Did you
job.
push the button? That's
did.
my first question.
Yeah,
okay, you got the button pushed.
That
Then we're covered. I'm good.
Show number 261 here, Full Spectrum Cycling. We've been talking earlier, so it's kind of like we are just keep.
You're
going.
joining us mid-conversation.
Tony's got the Von Munz fan club. JK has his new I'm a Loner Dottie.
I'm a rebel.
Shirt.
Pee Oui.
That's a good one. I'm Sven, and joining me on the left here is Sam D.
Someday.
Perfect timing. We got the introductions out of the way, and the music stopped.
Excellent.
Somebody found a chair. Everybody finds chairs, right? Everybody's got a chair that wants a chair. Tony's standing up this week. What's going on over there?
He got caught in the rain like I did. I don't want to soak
My butt on that nice vinyl
I got stuck
chair.
in some serious rain tonight.
I sat down on a dry picnic bench and I left a buttocks
Nice.
imprint. And I was like, oh, sorry.
So I'm going to mention it one more time at least, just because I don't know if Sam hasn't listened to a show. That theme music is an AI thing that I fed a bunch of prompts to and refined over several iterations, and that's what it came up with.
You made it.
Sort of. I made it. I didn't write it, but I kind of
AI
made it.
made it, but he invented it.
And Hal. And Hal. And
I guess
Skynet.
I invented it. I came up with the right prompts to make the noises that I wanted to hear.
And Bishop.
I like it. It's good.
Bishop
I got to do a bunch of other ones
universe.
now. I need some calypso stuff. I need some, I need different
some
drums.
things. Get some dancehall reggae.
Need some AI steel drum.
Some of your own vocals. You might have some good old songs.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, you can write lyrics, put it to it, and it will help you do that too if you really want to.
Weird.
It's called UDO.
UDIO?
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. It was Naruto's the guy that does the thing.
Oh, it is new. Yeah, okay. So you check with your son for
I've
that?
got a GIF now for that.
Yeah. But you had to consult with your son, right?
I had to just look it up because I knew who he was. I just couldn't remember his name. There may be an animated GIF.
In your future, everybody.
Anybody that calls it a GIF is going to get smacked.
GIF?
GIF. It's not a GIF. It's a GIF.
GIF.
Graphical. Graphical interchange format. It's good.
And there's your 30 seconds of
And
IT
Mimi?
bullshit, people.
And memes?
Call it what it is or don't.
Did you see
say
the
it at all.
meme? Did you see this great, funny, political internet meme?
No, memes.
No meme?
I did.
No, I've heard people like sit there and try to explain to me.
Instead of a meme?
Yes.
It's a Mimi?
It's a meme.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
it's just
Jesus.
like, oh, shit. No, it's just you watch somebody flounder,
and when
and it's fun.
you
watch
mentioned
them go
Naruto, this is what you get
I'm not going to
into.
be the guy that calls you out. I'm just going to wait for the guy that calls you out and laugh when he calls you out.
What a jamoke you are for calling it a meme.
Oh, God. Read the room.
Got to be a lot of
You
memes
gotta-
after this week, but we're not going to go into that today.
No. My document just refreshed, so I'm on pace
good.
now.
Good.
I was filling the time.
First off the bat, Sam's here again.
Yep.
Second off the bat, Corey is going to be back on the show on the 16th.
Yep.
I thought that would be better than being on the day before the event starts.
Makes sense.
In case there's anything that people really need to know before the 24 starts, Corey Bauman, July 16th.
I know what you need to know about the River West 24.
But he'll know more.
Should be doing it.
But
That
he'll
guy's
know.
use at X-Ray Arcade. And I'm going to fucking see that guy. Sure.
Instead.
I'm going to go to
during-
that first. I'm going to go to the start finish. I'm going to watch it start finish. Then I'm going to get probably in a car, drive to X-Ray to see Daikaiju.
A lot of the bands
come back.
are going to be the opening band. A lot of the opening bands. Nasdell's. I think
It's going to be a good show.
Roboman. It's like 4 openers.
Huh.
So
they're probably not going to hit the. Well, they do have a curfew.
they have to be done by 11.
Right, they have to be done by 11. So they'll go on at 10.
Forget about that.
Yep.
They'll go on at
I
10.
base all my thoughts on like Garibaldi and like other venue timelines, orders.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Hey,
that
I
kind of show.
don't give a fuck.
And I learned today that Bongzilla is going to be at Club Garibaldi.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I know those guys. I've known them since the 90s.
Sweet.
Yeah. Would you describe them as a sleep-esque band? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Very much so.
Similar to,
And they have a
to
very-
the opening of
I
the
mean,
show.
And
They
a
were-
very awesome Wisconsin connection vibe.
And they were doing it well before sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Was
They've
it
been
banned?
around since the 90s, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were on, trying to think, one of those, there's just one of those metal labels that's been around forever. I cannot think of it right now because I'm just drawing a blank.
How's your record label thing going? Are you doing anything these days?
Oh, God, no. Yeah. It was almost going to reboot it, but
There was some
COVID
interesting...
happened right around then, and I just kind of got away from the mindset, unfortunately.
Yeah, COVID kind of did that to a lot of people.
Yeah, right?
It sure did.
I got the Omnium Electric Minimax video done finally. If anybody's interested in checking that out, it's on the YouTube.
Definitely check that out.
Wait,
Put a
wait.
show note link.
Yeah, there's a link in the show notes. I'll actually embed it in there so you can just...
So you don't have a choice.
So you could just click on it and watch it. I don't know. I thought it turned out okay. I don't know how much people are into, like, opening the box up and everything.
Right.
Cav got, like, partial unboxing. There are some good tips, just general, cycling things like park tool. Is it a green handle or is it a blue handle? What's a blue handle? That's a hex.
Wait.
A green handle.
There's a green handle?
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
a
heard of
torque.
their green
It's
line.
a Torx.
Never
That's
knew
how
they
you
made
know.
a green handle.
See, you should watch the video.
I guess
and
I
learn
have to
these
watch the
things.
video.
You'll be entertained and you'll educate.
I'll learn something news.
Remember how we talked about tire valves not that long ago?
Oh,
And I sent you a link today.
Was that the one? Is that the
Yes.
one?
Schwalbe wants to reimagine all of
Well,
it.
some other guy invented it already, and they're the first one to latch on to the idea. So it's something that you click onto, and it locks the head of the pump on it, which I think is a great idea. And you can replace your Presta valve core
Or your Schrader.
or your Dunlop, which I
Oh, your
forgot there
Dunlop.
even was a
Whoa.
Dunlop, like my belly's Dunlopping over my belt kind of thing.
It's good that it's done doing that.
But even on the Presta one, apparently it flows like twice as much air or something, which I think we're going to get away from Presta since nobody's running a rim narrow enough to actually need one anymore.
Just terribly annoying.
Presta should be dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We talked about this multiple
First of all,
times.
yeah.
First of all, it's
What is
French.
the point?
I'm living
Wait,
in
it's
a world
French.
of,
Well, that should exist forever.
Oui. No
Quoi?
French. No.
French?
It's
yeah,
gonna quit.
motherfucker.
It's gonna quit like every other Frenchman out there.
Surrender.
No,
Cheese-eating surrender
Surrender
monkeys
to
we
the-
are.
Surrender to the Schrader valve.
Fine.
Definitely not a Schrader.
Hey, I am totally on the front lines. I will die on that hill on the behalf of the Frenchmen's.
It is an interesting idea, and I think there's a
Fuck
link in the
yeah.
show notes. Check that out. It was from Bike Rumor, but it's been all over the interwebs
Yeah.
lately, so I'm
It's a
pretty
neat
sure.
idea.
I think that it's a good idea. It's
Well,
an, it's an
Well,
idea whose
impressions are
time
just
has come.
Frustrating.
I just carry that
frustrating
pump and I
valve.
push a
When they
button
just
on
pop
and
out.
It just
Oh yeah.
goes on. Right. It's okay. It works for me. So
I have a frustrating trying to inflate any tire or address issue. And it's like, oh, what's the problem? Oh, the trail right there is busted normally. It's like,
I have bent many a Presta.
It's a good.
yeah.
It's
Well,
annoying
sometimes-
as fuck.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
That's why I'm
it
saying
is.
it's a terribly annoying.
Do you know when I
little
rewatch
technology.
Pops off.
when I rewatch the podcast? It's when it dawns on me that I say fuck so much.
You don't always do it.
I do it a fucking lot.
Might be when you have more beers than when you have less. I'm not sure.
I
When
did
do I
say
have
about
less
5 in the
beers?
last.
If Daniel were sitting right there on that chair, would you be fucking fuck
No,
all the
because I
time?
wouldn't let Daniel sit on that chair.
He would be awesome on that chair. He'd look
No,
like
he would
regal
not.
and a
He
king.
would be bouncing around us. You guys obviously don't know enough. You have not spent enough time with my son Daniel. Love him to death, but he would not sit on
he'd be
that
on-
chair.
No, on the skateboard.
If you
Let's go surfing.
if you
now.
get enough
Everybody's
Velcro, he
doing
would stay on
Come
that
so
chair.
No, it wouldn't.
me, boom,
He's stronger than that.
Boom, 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 boom.
You can have plenty of Velcro there. He'll get his ass. He'll strip naked to get out of. You'd see the seat and his like shorts,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to deal with naked Daniel. Did
Oh.
you think about that?
Doing the
Okay?
helicopter and whatnot.
Yeah,
No
right.
way.
Everyone has a
Helicopter,
Their
no way.
superpower.
He can do it. He can do it.
Everyone has their
Yeah,
superpower.
I think he needs a pogo stick. Or
He
something.
has one.
He said
Oh.
bouncing around. Okay, bring that in. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
All right, well, Sam's here, so let's talk about Sam's stuff, because Sam brought his Sargent RSD Titanium
yeah.
Sargent. Do they still make that, Frank?
I believe so. My
pretty
buddy
sure
Chris,
they-
who keeps up on bikes a little more than I do, said it's a pretty amazing new one that they have. I wish I could comment more on it, but
Well, you've had yours
apparently
for
it's a real special one.
some length of time now.
I'm going to say 10 years.
Yeah, it was
29er plus, right?
Yeah. No, this is a 27.5.
with
Oh,
with 3.0s
baby
on
fat.
it. They're
Baby
I don't think I know
massive.
this
With
bike.
3.0s, and it's got I think the front suspension's a 160.
So you got 3 tie bikes?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
the
know that.
Remember that
the,
pic-
the
you saw that
Narvester,
The
picture
Narvis is
and-
what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. Okay.
and of course the Chumba.
Oh,
You saw that picture when I had been out for a ride with Therese and another buddy of mine, and we were on all three of them. And you said, "Oh, those are your three bikes." I said, "Yeah, they are."
Oh, they were all of you were riding your bikes.
Yeah, that day.
I love Therese.
But yeah,
She's
it's
such a
funny.
sweetie.
The fat bike didn't get much use this year,
No snow,
and
no
lately, I'll tell you,
no ice on the beach.
I've been getting out, but
No,
it's
you
been
you ride around
dodging
town
mud.
going like,
Right?
hey, why
Everywhere.
you got
Totally
your
is.
So
snow
muddy.
tire on?
just hope it dries out sometime here.
Yep.
Beach is looking good.
I had wondered if that was way high this year or what.
The lake is way low this year. Well,
Okay.
I haven't seen since the recent rains, but no, I don't think that would affect it for 1 or 2 days because the Milwaukee River is very high, meaning that the lower part of the river trail is submerged in a lot of spots. But
It's way, way high. Even Daniel riding to school comments like, "There's a lot of water."
oh,
Because
nice.
we crossed because Locust Bridge is currently half open.
Oh, hell, yeah.
So we
I just
crossed
found that
on the
out.
sidewalk, and he's sitting on the back of the bike being, water really high, Daddy. Because there used to be that island where the geese would sit, like in the middle.
Yep.
And that's long. I mean, that's a foot or better underwater right now.
Yeah.
And he notices it. He's observant for a 4-year-old.
We did Bill's bike beer garden. What's it? Bike beer garden ride.
Bill's Beer Garden birthday bonanza.
bike
I
ride.
believe. Bike ride.
Bill,
A lot of bees.
Silver beard Bill.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good, Bill.
So when we got to Estabrook Park Beer Garden, which was one of the stops, the middle of the 3 stops, stops.
The 8-mile ride you guys did?
It was more like 9.5, dude.
Oh, God. No,
Well,
You
it wasn't
survived?
distance.
You survived?
It wasn't distance. It was time.
Yeah,
It was time.
There was a lot of beer.
It was like going on a Lunds ride.
It is Bill.
That was the first thing that came to my mind when you
And it
said
was just-
time consuming.
It was like
They had to
okay,
place
this
the
is like
beer in a certain
3
spot,
beers
so you-
each stop.
Sounds like Bill.
There was a lot of beer at the very first stop. Anyway, at
That's what I'm saying.
Estabrook
They
Park,
need to set up a midway spot generally where the beer has to be so they could stop and drink it.
so we stopped there before the midway stop, which
Oh,
was
okay.
before the first stop.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah.
Sounds like a Bill ride.
Yeah, so
it was working out nicely.
but
But I had
vis-a-vis,
other things to do in the day. I couldn't get all schnockered. And
No way.
nah, I couldn't do it. All the way
Nice
through.
job.
Hey, I had to go see the Hold Steady. The second time on the Summerfest grounds.
God, I'm going to say another really.
Oh, is that the
like,
band?
People that are going to argue
Nice.
with me, but I do not like the Hold Steady.
you
Okay.
don't like much over there, do you?
I
Then that's
do,
fine.
but the Hold that guy's voice is so grating.
It's distinctive.
Okay, that's
Oh, it
your,
is very distinctive and grating.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
your opinion.
If you
He
never,
sounds like a very
It's
nasal.
someone's birthday in my room. It's not mine.
if you
like a
never heard
very
the guy
na-
before and you
a
heard one
very-
song,
a
you would
very
know him.
nasally Bruce Springsteen
Oh.
is the one I've heard of.
Oh, that's a really great comparison. And
So when
while
you
we're
hear
on
him-
it, I don't like Bruce Springsteen that much.
So I
either.
think that's where this all comes from.
I agree
so
with that. Okay,
now
you
that
are right.
Now that we're working in the therapy session here, do you want to get the horizontal? It will. We'll dive into other matters later after the video goes off.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not notice that comparison until you said that. And you are right. I
what
like
I'm here
Bruce
for, man.
Springsteen for who he is.
Just like
But
you
you're
like
right,
Bon
that-
Jovi for who he is.
Are we gonna fucking throw down?
Hey, man.
Hey, he's fucking awesome.
You know,
You don't have to
I
like
will
his
agree,
music, though.
But Bon Jovi politically is a very good human being, and all
You
that
say
jazz.
something, I'll bite my lip.
But-
I don't have to
but-
fart out whatever
say
is
something.
on
All right, we
top
can
of
get
my
over the
head.
Hold Steady. All right, we're going to yeah. My friend flew in from California to see the Hold Steady.
Yeah, it has a draw.
Great there.
That's
Wow,
why.
I guess.
They must be quite the band.
I know it's someone's birthday, but not mine.
It was a lot of
Or maybe it is
Minneapolis.
my birthday. I don't know.
Comes from Minneapolis.
They're a Minneapolis band.
And yeah, it used to be Lifter Puller, and then that was more punky. So
Okay.
it brings him and them and down da ding da dong da dong. And yeah, so it was
So
Minnesota nice.
let's talk to Sam about his,
Let's do
his
it.
summer.
The summer of
What you been
sand.
doing? You been doing some
Suddenly.
riding?
I have been doing some riding. I've been trying to do some riding. It's been really wet a lot, so I've had to stay in a lot of days that I planned to go out. But even on days that it's had some days to dry out, it seems like even the areas that should be dry are just not
They're
dry.
not.
And I've
They're
seen
moist.
photos of Manuka that was literally underwater, like straight up
No.
water, like, you know.
Had you
Not
been
enough
out there
time
any
to
time near
reabsorb.
the Wars race that was at Manuka?
I was there that week and it wasn't so bad, but then it poured the very day before Wars.
And
but
they ran
I
it
have been
anyway.
there since, and it hasn't been terrible. I mean, you can see some pizza cutter lines going on, but ultimately, you know, you can avoid it pretty well. But
I mean, the whole deal with what NICA does and supposedly Wars when they have a race at a place like that, which is a county park, they're supposed to go in there and make it as if they were never there.
and they certainly didn't do that.
That mean the idea is they go in and make the trail as good as it was before they messed it all up.
Yeah.
And with 1,000,
Doesn't look like that.
With 1,000 people, how is that going to happen?
Yeah.
The NICA thing, I'm a little more okay with because these are 6th, 7th, 8th through high school kids racing, and they are being introduced to the sport, and somebody should go out and take care of it for them, which they do. But also, get your kids out there.
Right?
They love.
They're young. They should be able to
They
work.
love taking a lopper and cutting branches off. Get them a culloch and just start hammering away at the trail. You know, trail building is not only fun, but it's also really good exercise.
No shit. Yeah, I remember doing that for the Emma Carlin.
Were you there when we moved the rock that was the
guy
size
who
of
would,
a VW Bug?
Well, the guy who would send the email newsletters and all like almost ransom letters.
If you want to ride the trail,
I think I
You
know
have
what
to
you're
know.
talking about.
You know what I'm
gotta
talking
come
about?
out here.
Like John is his name or something.
Yeah, it was just like the crazy
He's that
offbeat.
guy.
Boom, 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 boom.
I did a trail ride with Greg when
But
he
yeah,
whipped
just
out
like
this
hucking around. Shit.
Fisker's saw.
Greg?
That guy.
What?
And literally, like, he pulls off his backpack and he whips out the saw and cuts down a branch. And I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I've never
Because
seen
it was
anything
it
quite
was
like that.
it was like about this big, and that Fisker like cut
the
through
blade
it like
is, it's a folding thing.
butter.
It's that long.
Like it literally. I'm like, that's an
I think they're
impressive
$30.
saw.
Maybe
Right.
they're not very expensive. And
And
having
it-
one in your
but
bog,
to have one with you on a ride, that's
in,
a whole different
in your
story.
bog.
in my
Depending-
bog.
Yeah. So building the Jungle Cross, Mike and Berta.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he brings
Love
out
them.
like 3 fucking machetes, and he's like, "I got
yeah.
this
Sounds
one
like
in
Mike.
Malaysia, got this one in Singapore," and those things are like,
So he is as badass as
"Oh
he appears.
Lord!" I was just like, "I wanted." They're like, "Hey, can you
That's
could use
awesome.
you could use this?" I'm like, "No, I want to play with this as long as I can." I swear to God, I like regress to like a awesome 12-year-old
Oh my
reading
gosh,
like.
yeah.
What?
Until it wears you out
what-
and you're
What
tired.
are you looking for?
I was looking for my pseudo suit that was waiting.
Oh,
So the beer of the day on account of there's still $1 over at Company if you're in the area
Oh, those poor
Oh,
people.
on,
over there.
space
is Space Whistle Mosaic IPA 6.5.
I didn't hit the.
It's got a cool label. You could peel it off there with your fingers.
So you're supposed to.
So when you recycle it,
See, I always do that. I wonder if anyone. I always wonder if anyone
if it's
ever
one
does.
of these things.
That's how you recycle them. You're supposed to do that.
Okay, yes,
get
this
it.
is like opening a box
Makes
on the
sense to
other.
me. And it makes sense to have one that comes off nicely like
Right?
that. Not
Excellent.
one that
Absolutely.
Oh, it's almost
well,
done.
unless
There we
you're
go.
It
Greg.
almost no, it's like a mustard.
you don't even
cup.
have to use a knife.
Now I forgot
it
what
just
kind
comes
of
off.
I forgot what kind of beer I have
It's
now.
space whistle.
Not like
have
the
no
heady
idea.
days of the 70s and 80s when generic beer just
It's
had
a space whistle.
beer.
So yeah.
I'll keep reminding you.
Otherwise, there's some leftover beers which we're currently going through,
Well, that's
including
awesome. That is awesome.
including
that they're-
Pseudo-Sue, which doesn't have a
Or
removable
you
because
carry
it's,
one over from Amorphic.
It's
Yes.
Oh,
over
that's
here.
what you did there.
Anchovy has nothing to do with the fish, even though the fish is delicious.
It's
when it's in a Caesar salad. maybe.
And on top of a pizza. And guess what? When you order it that way, and half the people go, "Ooh, that's repellent."
Not me.
I'm like, then it's all mine. Then
Yeah, I'll take those pieces.
that's it. No, that's how you.
They do get a little
yeah,
salty,
that's how you
but I
call the
love it.
herd a little
You guys
bit.
are
Like,
gross.
okay, all right, then yes,
Gross.
You can hang.
But you
with
like
me.
Caesar salad.
I love Caesar salad, but no anchovies on it, just in the
What the
dressing.
hell?
Well, if they're
Yeah.
little, tiny, not
And you don't want to
big
see
fishy
it.
pieces.
That's me and tomatoes. I can't eat a
Blend
raw
them up in
tomato.
a
I'm
food
with-
processor.
I'm with
Then I'm
Michael on
fine.
that
Then,
one.
then I'm
Drink
fine.
'em.
Then I'm fine.
Raw
Yep.
tomato? I
You
don't
added
want
that to
anywhere near
V8,
any
I
of
would
my shit.
destroy that.
Heck yeah.
I love a good V8 mix with weird stuff like an anchovy would be fantastic.
Now let's get in this.
Arugula, all that jazz.
That's like the Sunny D versus the Hot Five Alive.
Why does he believe he hold steadying us again?
Oh, is that their song?
Wait.
Their album?
He's bringing it back, bringing it around.
Bring it all the way
Coming.
around.
But did
I'm
we
very
discuss
Irish.
what
I
this
just know
is?
how this does. I just hit it.
Space whistle.
We are doing Space Whistle,
We talked about that.
Shit.
but we have all kinds of other beers going on here tonight. So
Yeah, you
All right.
kind of mentioned that.
why not? But we
But and the idea that you get those for $1 a can on certain days over at company still.
Push it back, Daddy.
the only thing we can think of is that the only thing they had left in the fermenters when they closed was Space Whistle and Lordy Lordy.
So did they can them right on site there?
Yeah, they have a canning system on site.
Or
Okay.
are
Well,
there
that would be
things that have
good.
to age?
It could be that they were
And
in
they're
their
just
named
gonna
age,
eke it
but they
out
are
along the
ales,
way.
so they shouldn't have to age that much.
No.
Well, essentially, that's what I'm thinking. It's
Why
just
are
going to
they
be one
bothering
thing in
to sell the
perpetuity
beer
while
for
they're
$1
just
when
doing
they
this out,
owe
going like,
800
okay, let's just
grand?
can it up and like whatever.
Just to get
does
rid
it
of it, I'm
cost?
guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe to do one last final hurrah with the money they're
I
losing.
think it's more that the fact that it's going to either go to waste or they sell it for a
you'll
buck a
get
can.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
You know,
point.
I mean, I
Yes.
literally rolled up on my bike and I had already prepaid, and the lady's like, "You here for a pickup?" I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, 2 cases of beer, and it was all ready to go.
What are your
and I feel bad
selections?
because I love company.
Yeah.
And I feel
I mean, yeah,
bad
you
that
feel like
there
you're-
was a lot of bad decisions made there to end up
You feel
$1.5
like
million
you're-
in debt.
well,
Good
like
beer,
picking
a
good
corpse.
venue. It's
I don't
just a
think-
good location.
certainly,
Nice.
but
really bums me out.
nobody's lasted longer than them there.
Is that right?
It's true.
Stone-
It's true. They were there
Stonefly,
9
we talked
years.
about
Yeah.
I was thinking about 10
Stonefly,
years.
Anopa,
but, yeah.
all those, they didn't last any
Yeah.
longer.
Anopa must have lasted.
They were
8
close.
years or
They
something.
were all
or-
close.
It's about that.
Yeah.
They,
They
so
had some
it's
great-
a good place to
great
get a
bands
brewery
play
going
there,
because
and-
all the stuff is still in there.
We were talking
They
about that.
really, I mean, it's
So
such a
please-
great venue for bands.
So please, whoever's out there, don't be a fucking douchebag and
buy it.
take it over and be like, annoying.
Are any of you guys following the Tour de France?
I heard it's been very hot.
Hurts in France.
I
I heard a black American one is
Not
first,
American. He's Utrean. What's
Probably French.
but he's
from
riding for the American team, right?
Might be, but he's from Utrea.
He's fast as hell.
Yeah, and he
I saw
won
one
stage
thing.
3.
Yes.
So
As an American,
So stage 4 was the first really big over category mountain, and the guy that won it is probably one of the two that might win the thing overall. Pogačar. He had COVID like 10 days ago,
Oh, no.
and he got into the race. I mean, he recovered from it, but the fact that he had some version of COVID 10 days ago and can win the hardest stage on the race up to this point is interesting.
That was the expansion of the lungs. It was the mutation. This is
the
where
more
it comes
healthy
from.
you are.
I'm Giorgio Tsoukalos, and that's what I...
The more healthy you are, the faster you recover from COVID.
Well, that is obvious
that is not surprising at all.
They are
in
obviously
my eyes.
amongst the fittest people in the world.
I mean,
But is it not possible that it was exercise
my
skills?
It is possible.
diabetic,
There was a
slightly
abduction
overweight
and then a replacement.
coworker who found out he had COVID on Saturday and got Paxlovid is ready to return to work tomorrow. So, I mean, a dude like that, when I hear him having COVID and recovering that quickly, is no surprise. I mean, you are the epitome of your health. A virus infects you. You have so much to fight it off.
Yeah.
And you have drugs and all that jazz. So you're fine.
I think it's impressive because I don't
is.
think I could walk up some of the steepest pitches on that last climb. And they're going,
yeah, and
they're
good
going like,
health.
no. There's Velcro on there.
Right.
Velcro comes up again today. It's on their tires and on the hill, and they just go.
It is really impressive. I mean,
Yeah,
they're monsters.
like
They're
the Price
definitely
is
monsters.
Right. The Price is Right.
So I did not find anywhere to watch it yet. I had to throw down my $11 for the Peacock.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I never got
For the
back to
Tour
it.
de
did I?
France.
Yeah, which is also where
Sorry.
you're going to get your Olympic coverage, like your extended Olympic coverage.
I'm sorry.
And I guess we'll get the Packers in Sao Paulo because we're a local market.
Oh, my.
But that's also on Peacock.
What Packers?
Yes.
Packers in. Shut up, you. Do you hate football too?
Yeah, of course.
They're playing in Sao Paulo this year.
Right.
You're talking about
It's an international
hand-ed,
game.
right?
You know, Marcus Downey is going to be in Sao Paulo for said game, working the show.
Of course he is.
Yep. I
Do
met
not
him
wear-
before.
It's just like,
Well,
and
that's-
he's also going to be
no,
in
that's the
Germany, but
venue-
not for that one, but for
Okay.
the NFL.
Take away the American egg ball on this.
Hand egg.
Where's it?
Hand
The-
egg.
What about what's
the
which
color?
is throw
The
ball?
color green is like no cool in Sao Paulo.
Sao
It's
Paulo.
like it is like absolutely like totally gang affiliated and
Green? The color green?
So they'll be
Yes.
in their
Really?
white. They'll
So
be in
it's
their
like
whites,
two teams whose base color is green.
but they'll be in
so-
their whites.
Well, Brazil's
Yeah.
flag is very green.
Well,
How do they manage that?
that's a fucked up fucking country,
Fucked
man.
up country.
And that's hey man, that's just boom. You know, you just this is what the world is now. I mean, yeah. A couple years ago,
So wait,
this
it's-
country was a little different feeling.
It's nearly the end of our entire podcast here. I want to bring up,
Why
Oh, you guys bring
why
the
are you-
ship in?
Yeah, why are
More
you-
to the ship?
because
why
I
are you-
looked at the clock.
Why are you stopping the show already?
Tick-tock.
I
Tick-tock.
want to
Don't look at the clock.
I want
You'll
to
have to do
bring
the
up
same, like-
something I find that dawned on me today that I think is really fascinating. So, why not have really, really low wattage e-bikes?
They do.
I'm talking 50.
They used to use them on the Tour de France.
Yeah,
they had
they're
them in the
called-
bottom
yeah,
bracket.
in the bottom bracket.
Acoustic
Exactly. That's
bikes.
what actually made me think of this. But
Single speed.
why not have an e-bike that provides you with just enough pedal assist to be okay for things like hills?
Yeah.
Your battery will last. I'm thinking 50-watt hub.
50-watt bottom
50,
bracket.
50-watt bottom bracket.
All right.
Whatever.
So here's to make a point of your point. The guys that go super fast for super long do 450 watts. So 50 is 10% of that.
right?
But
right.
if you could add 10% to your measly 100 watts, that's twice or 50% more than what you're
than
already
what your
doing.
average rider rides.
Right? It's not a dumb idea, Tony. Tony,
I
that's
mean-
not a dumb idea.
If you think about it, your battery would last way longer.
Probably like 500 miles.
You would exercise
I would walk
more.
500 miles, and then I would walk
would walk-
500
You'd be
more.
riding your bike instead
I mean,
of hitting
it
your
just
button.
like I'm like it dawned on me today. I'm like, this has tread. I mean,
traction.
traction. I love riding a bike.
the tread gives you the traction.
Giving me a 50-watt hub and a lightweight battery that lets me do an extra 25 miles to my
So,
standard ride.
What do you think that switch thing is? What's their hub motor?
It's still like a 200 plus watt front hub motor.
Did you know the
It's still
Copenhagen?
20 miles.
Did you know the Copenhagen Hagman? The Klopen
Still looking for one of those.
Larry Hagman's?
the wheel.
The
it had-
Larry Hagman?
It got bricked because they quit. But there's a guy that's come up with a reverse engineering thing. So if you have one, you can now load it into your phone and still control your wheel.
So you should check with Carolyn, who still has one.
The lady next door that has the puppy dogs that they carry in the slings.
She got one.
She has one. And she asked me how to deal with it. So I had to look it up. I'm like, well, yeah, there's a guy that came out with
I
a
don't
thing.
know names either.
I'm so bad with
No,
names.
but you know the things. And
He
it's
might
like,
know the
tell him
dogs'
to know.
names, maybe.
You're night and day better with names
No,
than I am.
no.
Well, you know dogs'
none
names
of us
better than I
are.
do.
Is that the two cute dogs she carries in the...
Yeah, and the
Slings.
guy and the
Dogs
girl.
and slings.
She's,
Yeah, I know
she's a
those.
dean
Dogs
at
and
Marquette.
slings.
Yep.
Yep.
And I
Don't remember her
and
name.
her. Yeah,
I
I don't know
apologize.
her name either, but I love her dogs.
I'm very
I
bad.
have,
at
many,
dogs.
I have many pictures of
I'm
her
pretty
dogs.
sure she listens to our show. So
Well, then, goddamn, I love her even more.
We all love you. Whoever you are.
But come on over to my house and your dog can play with my dog. That'll be great.
your dog can play with my dog.
But no, just like a 50-watt hub,
Yeah,
a little
I feel ya.
extra. It just makes sense. I'm like,
I think you put it somewhere where it's not obtrusive, so people stop making fun of you for riding an e-bike.
a 50-watt
Don't
hub
ride the
motor
e-bike in
A
the way
50-watt
that
hub
makes
motor
people
is-
point at you.
this big. No one's going to know.
Dude, they got to be smaller than that because the RC racing electric planes we used to do were a horsepower, which is 2,000 watts, and those motors were about that big around. You had to have this many batteries behind it, but they went 180 miles an hour because that
We
was,
don't need to do
But
that.
it was a little motor. It was like that big. It was very small.
It is a market yet to be explored.
You are a true thing.
I like the truth.
Maybe you want this. Did you hear of Ingve?
Ingve Malmsteen?
No, it's
Wait, he only
I've heard of
plays.
Ingve Malmsteen.
It's
I
not.
know that.
I
It's
think
not,
he only plays two strings.
Yes.
And like
right?
that.
So there's a company called Ingve, E-N-G-W-E.
Oh, I do know them. Yep,
Not
yep.
not Wee Wee Bedstain, but Ingve, M20.
You're caught in the rabbit hole there, baby.
I saw one of those on campus
You're not
this
talking about
week.
loose bed springs, are you now there? Because he hates that guy. Anyway, the 2.0 version, 163 mile range, $1,249. It's got like 1,600 watt hours. The batteries that you left to charge over there are about 9 or 10 watt hours.
9.
1,600 watt, $1,249. Get the hell out of here.
$1,249?
Yeah. We should buy one.
You can ride forever.
It goes 28 miles an hour.
I don't want to
It
do
kind
that.
of looks like a Super 73,
You
but
could ride
more
forever,
better.
but who would want to?
Yeah.
Well, okay, who
wouldn't-
would want to? Tony wouldn't want to because he sold his bike, then he bought his bike back, and
I
then he
saw that little
decided
dance.
then he decided to ride his bike,
So pissed.
and then he decided that the bike was so much better than the one he normally rides that he's going to keep riding that one,
Yeah. I remember
unless
you
he
loaned-
needs to carry
I-
around an 80-pound kid on it.
I remember you loaned that to me for, I think it was a Fat Tire tour. And it took me third stop to figure out that
There's a throttle.
that I could switch gears. I'm a single speed.
It's a fun bike.
I was just like, oh, wait. And it was belt drive.
Yes, it was belt drive.
It is belt drive again.
Oh, good.
It
Oh,
was.
yeah, it's a 3-speed.
It was a very. Thank you again.
If
'Cause
you
that
live
was,
in Milwaukee,
that was a very sexy
3-speed
introduction.
belt drive
It was
bike
a
is
sexy
all you
introduction
need
to
with
slick cycles.
e-assist.
It was a
that
very
bike has been many
silky,
things.
That bike
smooth-
has been many
See how versatile
things.
that bike is? And it came back to you because it was
Because
like,
Sam's an idiot.
'Cause it
no,
has
it's
to
like,
be.
Tony, you're an idiot for selling it in the first place.
I was. I had a moment of weakness and offered it to him, and
I'm glad he didn't take it because he doesn't
no, he
deserve
took it and brought it back.
He doesn't
That's what makes me even
deserve
more happy
it.
about
Oh
it.
my
right back.
god!
I sold it to him for $800.
This is
He
like
wasn't
a
happy with it.
Sylvia
He
Plath
thought it was
fucking-
not in as good a shape as he had hoped.
He doesn't listen to the show
I'm
anyway.
like, it was $800, dude. It's a handmade Tom Teasdale frame.
Jeez.
It's a 3-speed SA.
I know which bike you're talking about.
Everything about it is
right
like
outside.
I've rode that
way
thing.
worth $800.
Yeah.
But I'm cool. I'm glad.
You know what else is cool? Sam's glasses. What's up with those?
Those are great.
I wear glasses now.
Yeah, but what's with the coloring and the what kind
They
of?
do change
Yeah,
greenish.
they're kind of iridescent. It's like
These are those ones.
it's kind of like Blurple.
Oh, you mean the frame?
I mean,
You
I have the
actual...
I have the frame size, but this is just from
Oh,
dollar.
you can fold those up nicely.
Oh yeah, it's broken in all the places I'd break them.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, y'all.
You do have a light. The lower cheeks have a light greenish
Yeah, it's got a
hue
little
to
green.
them.
It's
So I'm
really
sure
cool.
that's because of the coloring.
Kinda makes you look
because
cool.
you got the big old
It kinda-
spotlight here.
Goes through the
Yeah,
lenses.
it's
It looks
exactly
that way.
what it is.
So
Yeah.
I know they're.
You look,
So
They,
don't feel
they protect me against
self-conscious at all.
blue light
you look
and
kinda
exactly
alien.
what they are.
infrared, apparently, and UV. So,
You can't read my
I-
thoughts with these glasses.
and they also have the transition slightly. So
Let's just see that when it happens.
I think they look great.
Yeah, they're cool.
You look very studious.
You know what's
Oh,
nice about
thanks.
glasses is they're like an
enjoying
accessory.
it.
You can change them whenever you want to a different one, and you're like, I look different.
different.
When you wear your
I'm
cowboy
sorry, I
hat,
got
you're
mine
going to
on
wear
now.
your round John Lennon ones, maybe.
I don't have a cowboy hat or round
just
John Lennon
An
things.
idea.
You're full of
I'm
ideas.
just getting
Most
started.
of them
I got a
bad.
lot of ideas.
Most of them bad.
But whoever came up with this idea
Genius.
was a goddamn genius,
genius.
because this is like wherever I break my glasses.
You mean like, you
and
know,
it's already pre-broken, so I just
the
keep
big
them like
thing,
kind of there.
you know, the big thing with the
Those are nice
folding
looking, too.
locks, like the ones that are the Bordeaux big and all that. Now they've halved the lock. Everyone's like, oh, it's the newest, coolest thing.
So it's only this
So
long?
it's like this big, and you let it out and it unfolds. I'm like,
Where's the zip tie lock? I still have a bunch of those auto locks.
you do. Those are
God.
nice.
Nobody ever stole a bike locked
Right.
up with an auto lock that I ever had.
well,
For
yeah,
the
I
2
almost-
hours. I mean,
Well,
they're
but
not
it's
overnight
not
locks, but you're
right.
right. That's not what they're intended
Try to get
for.
through
No.
that Kevlar with a.
I have a lock on my
No,
waist.
it wasn't about
Look
getting
it.
through.
I have
It
a
was
lock
not about
on
getting
my
through
waist.
the Kevlar. It was about just leaning the
You're locked up in
lock
a way. I am
mechanism
locked
just enough, and you could
until
just
I need to
rip
not be.
it like a zip tie.
nice.
Okay, you
I
watch.
shit you not.
You watch the
'Cause
guy.
I have that same fucking lock, and I was doing the same fucking
Well,
thing.
it's probably worn out.
Oh, I would test it completely, baby.
For the record, I say
Okay.
fuck a lot on this podcast, but JK does me like 3x
What?
with your fucks.
3X large.
I like give a fuck. You give 3 fucks per my one fuck.
per
Right
one.
on.
Yeah.
I smoke 3 fucks.
I
in
also
the morning.
like saying,
I smoke 3
"Oh,
fucks
I like
at
it.
night.
I like it."
I smoke 3 fucks before I smoke 3 fucks, and then I fuck.
You know,
smokes more.
I'm gonna be long dead, and hopefully this will still exist.
What
And
a
my
nice
and my
little
son
rendition.
Daniel's gonna listen to this and hear me say how many times I say fuck.
This is
Oh,
the
he'll
fuck
be like,
episode.
Dad, you were so cool back then, bro.
This is the
And now
fuck.
you're dead.
He'll say, "You're so fucking cool."
This is the fuck
I hope
He'll be like,
episode.
Wait,
That'll be his
Dad, you're
doorway to
fucking
start
cool.
using the F word whenever he likes.
does your daughter
That'd
do
be
the
like
vocal?
7.
I don't even know how to do it.
I can't.
Do you ever watch Louder Milk?
Nope.
Greatest show in the world. When he goes off on the girl at the coffee shop for doing
Better
the
than
vocal
Letter
fry.
Kenny.
It's
Oh, yes.
yeah, it's pretty decent.
So
I'd give it a go. Louder Milk.
Louder milk.
You know,
Was that
I'd give it a go.
L-O-U-D-E-R.
Is that
Like
Bill
milk?
Hader?
it's not Bill Hader. No, but you'd know the guy.
All right.
Bill
It's one of
Louder.
those guys. Bill Louder.
One of
Milk?
those guys. I
Oh man, it's so good.
I know so few shows, but I do know Letter Kenny, and that is a hell of a show.
It is a hell of a show.
That is sweet.
I have to reinvestigate again.
All right then.
That's sweet.
I know it is sweet.
L.A.
You guys have worn me out.
All right.
L.A.
We gotta
I
go.
gotta take a
Some
pee.
tacos. Go for a hike in L.A.
Well, when they go there, they go to like LA.
L.A.
Allah.
Are we
All right.
done?
Thanks, Sam, for being on the show, even though we really didn't talk that much about Sam.
Yes,
stuff,
we
but
have.
I had a fun time. As
Well,
I
let's-
we fucking talked a little fucking
Oddly enough,
fucking.
everyone
We
that comes
talked
on the
a
show.
little- a little bit. Yeah.
Wait, here's the thing.
We
Everybody that's
cross-talk.
on the show has a good time. And then one guy was on the show last week. One guy was on the show a couple weeks ago. Now those guys want to do a show together kind of thing. Brad and Corey. It's like the BMX twins.
If they do
a
that, I'm
show.
going to sit in the background and just watch.
No, I think it's a good idea. I don't want to talk with those
No,
guys.
I'm not a
BMX
guys go at.
No, wait. I'm not a BMX guy, so I'm
Right.
not. I'm
20
not,
inches of terror versus
we
what?
Can, we can get Handsome Bob in on it. Woo!
Oh, let's not do that, please.
I love Handsome Bob. Okay.
Oh,
Right. Bite.
How does this work again? I push this thing.
oh, fuck.
No.